G'day, it's Phil here, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking through $2 coins again, looking for commemorative coins, rare coins, and coins worth more than face value. Again, I have my two $2 collection books here, already partly filled with the commemorative coins that we've found so far. We have quite a number of gaps. We've got quite a number of good coins in here too, but there are a number of gaps. Still trying to find some of those older coins, some of the really hard ones to find for me here in Melbourne. Some that I would have thought I would have already got already, like this 2022 Commonwealth Games team S coin. But we've got two folders. The second folder's pretty much full right up to this last month, where I'm missing the Wallaroos coin from the Wallaby series. Missing a couple of the... got two gaps here, one for the Women's Weekly Birthday Cake, which are turning up all over Australia, but I haven't seen any yet in my rolls, and the 30th anniversary of the Torres Strait Islander flag, which came out earlier in the year but is yet to turn up anywhere, and that could take months, honestly. We'll see how that goes. But let's get into the rolls and see if we can find some of those commemorative coins, some of those coloured coins. Fill in the book. We're in the third book, and we're deep into the hunt now, and we're just trying to get some of those gaps filled. That is the Aboriginal Elder. That's the standard $2 design on the $2 coin. And I'll be looking through all of these front and back, looking for the commemorative coins, looking for coins of low mintage, which is 2011, looking for NIFC coins, not intended for circulation, like the 1991, where there was only one. There was no Aboriginal Elder issued into circulation, and they only went into sets. I'll be looking for errors, cud errors, die chip errors, rim cuds, rotations, realistically, and anything of that note. Planchet errors from the older coins, anything of any interesting note, but not anything that is post-mint damage, which is where there's damage after the minting process, whereas the damage that happens during the minting process. All right, we have our first roll down. We're into the second roll. These rolls feel a bit loose. The last couple of weeks, the paper on the rolls have been very, very tight, hard to get into. This week, not so much, but also this week I couldn't get any coins from the three banks that I usually use around where I live, and I had to go very far afield to get these coins. So hopefully they're from a different depot of Armaguard, and maybe I might find something very interesting in them. It'd be great to find something very interesting in them. Oh, here we go. We have our first commemorative coin. We can see that's a commemorative coin because it has the memorial effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, and it also has $2, the denomination there on the obverse. It's a 2023 coin, so let's see what it is. Ooh, it's a Vegemite coin. I haven't seen one of those for a while, and the Vegemite coins are very, well, not lowly minted. It's a million of those, and the paint on this one is actually quite good. A little bit off center, but hardly any wear on that coin. So that's the happy little Vegemites, the red ring of Vegemite. So very happy with that. Would have been the red ring of the Wargraves from 2015 would have been one as well. Oh, I have a rim card. There we have a 2019 coin with a significant rim card there at what is the bottom of the obverse. You can see it there. I just noticed it. There's little dings there, and so that looks like an error where the collar, which is the outside part of the die has three parts. We've got the hammer die and the hammer die and the collar. So we've got the bottom and the top, and then actually the collar is part of the die. When that degrades a little bit, it leaves a little bit of metal, and the metal squishes out into it. That is a very nice rim cut in a very nice edition, newer coin, 2019. Actually, that's quite good. I don't think I've got a rim cut in a coin that is that new. So that's a great find. Great find. So we have an error and a low minted coloured coin. Very, very happy to be picking those up. We're into our, what is the third roll, and I do have a little bit extra, a couple of extra rolls. So usually I have $500, which is 10 rolls, but today I felt a bit generous, and I've got an extra $100 worth of $2 coin, so we've got $600. We've got 12 rolls. Is the maximum that the particular ATM allows me to get at any one time. Unusual. Oh, here we go. We have another coin with the $2 denomination on the obverse. This is Charles III, though, 2024. We have the 2024 Australian Olympic team, the community coin with the Australian Olympic logo on it. So it's from the Paris Olympics in 2024. Three coins issued for the Olympic team, one for the Paralympic team, through Woolworths and out through the tills this time, not in any sets or packaged up in any way. So that's one that will go down for the wider collection. There we go, another coin. This one is an actual Royal Australian Mint issued commemorative coin. This is the changeover coin, the 50th anniversary of decimal currency in 2016. It's there. It's 50 years on it. This has a picture of the pre-decimal equivalent. It's the crown, as well as the Queen's effigy there from 2016, but it has the Aboriginal Elder. So the reverse is the standard reverse, and the commemorative design is on the obverse. Not particularly lowly minted, but it is in quite nice condition, so that most likely will stay in my wider collection, give me an opportunity to find one that is not as good, maybe chuck that into the bank. I don't keep every single coin of low mintage that I come across. I'm very discerning these days about which of them I keep. I might keep about 15, 20 individually. Like I say, I've been doing this for quite a while. I don't keep every single coin that is commemorative. Can't afford to. Oh, there's another very nice coin. We have Mr. Squiggle. That's turning out to be a really good hunt. So we have Mr. Squiggle here with Mr. Squiggle on it from the Mr. Squiggle and Friends series in 2019, and not in bad condition. The paint's actually quite good as well. The high points of the rings there have been worn off, so you see the colours in bands behind that in the deep sections. But Mr. Squiggle's not a bad coin to find as well. That also came through Woolworths as a set. That one did actually come in a set of coloured $2 coins and some uncirculated $1 coins in a folder set that came out at Woolworths at the time. We are continuing to move on. There's a 2019 before we see a butchered coin. Hopefully this is something, but no, it's actually a 2019 Jody Clark. Oh, I nearly missed that one. That's a low minted coin. We'll put the numbers up there. Put that down. It is one of the low minted coins, and after that, butchered coin, which I might have actual trouble putting that back to the bank, but we'll put that to the side. And we'll continue on. One of the other things that I do in the $2 hunts on Wednesdays is go through the coin news, if there is any coin news. Unfortunately, no coin news, no government legislation detailing what coins have been approved by the government for manufacture, so nothing that I can talk about for the future, and no other releases that I'm aware of. I think there's a release coming up very shortly in, where are we? We're probably in mid to late September. So actually, I don't know if there's any releases coming up in October. There was some releases in September, particularly the Aussie Big Things collectible series. If that'll be fresh, new at the moment as the video comes out. Not very far ahead. See, go, but otherwise, yes, there's nothing to note in the coin news realm at the moment. I'm sure there'll be things coming out very shortly that allows us and me to focus in on the coins, looking for those low minted years and for any errors. And one of the things I just do talk about is the coins that I'm on the lookout for. 2012, the first year of commemorative designs for Charles III. So I don't need to look too deeply when I see a date that is for 2012. I just need to look out for errors. It's always exciting when I pull something out like this and I see the date first, and then I flip it over to see if it's going to be a commemorative coin. It's the way that my hunting works, looking for the date, looking for the errors, flipping them over. 2014 would have been something, but it's the next lowest minted of all the coins other than the red poppy that I'm looking for is the War Graves from 2015. Never found a red poppy in circulation from 2013, so it's always, every hunt is a hunt where the 2012 year when it comes up is the possibility of poppy, but I have never found one in circulation. But I have found the War Graves. That was the last one in the last book, so I am hopeful that we will find all the commemorative coins from circulation to close out the book, but it will take some time. It's not an easy exercise. It does take a bit of patience, take many weeks to do a whole set in the $2 denomination, and you have to be fairly lucky the location that you are and the kinds of coins that circulate, the area and the economy that you're in. Much harder for our brethren, our coin noodling collectors in rural areas of Australia, far-flung parts, to have a decent hunt through the $2 coins, because the coins don't circulate too much around the economy. I have spoken about that many times in the past, and we talk about how some coins turn up in some parts of the country more than others because they get released in a particular state or a particular city, and they don't move that much in bulk around the country. The honeybee is a good example of that. The honeybee came out, I think it was 2020 or 2022. Anyway, it was mostly released in Adelaide. Very seldom do we find them in other parts of the country for a long time. And then this year, 2024 and 2025, they were turning up in Darwin in large numbers. So they have been circulating around the top end of Australia a little bit, but and there are some coins that are like that. The Aboriginal flag, mostly in Melbourne. The repat in Sydney. The 75th anniversary of peacekeeping in Brisbane. Brisbane's got a couple of those. I think frontline workers and the ambulance coin in Perth a little bit. We did get some frontline workers here in Melbourne. And I think one of the older coins, the Green Dove, I believe that one most likely dropped in Melbourne. We do seem to have more chances of finding that one in Melbourne. It looks like the police coin, a lot of those turned up in Tasmania, Hobart. But each coin, especially the low minted coins at 2 million from the Royal Australian Mint, they go to the bulk handlers and they get bagged up and sent around to their bulk handling depots. And sometimes a particular state needs more coins than others, and they seem to concentrate there. More fair is the coins that are issued through our or the Royal Australian Mint's corporate partnership, because especially with Woolworths and Australia Post, they usually get distributed very widely to all their branches or stores around the country, and there's more of a spread, more of an even spread of those kinds of coins, which can make it hard in particular sites, particular parts of the country to find them in big numbers. But I think that's a more fair way of distributing those. Not so much some of the other smaller corporate partners like Anaconda. I think the Women's Weekly cake coins that came through News Express. They seem to be harder to find in places because some states don't have as many News Express stores than others. But I've talked at length now, and we are on the last roll, and we haven't found anything good for a number of rolls. So hopefully we have a little bit of last roll luck. We can find a nice commemorative coin, and one for the book would be handy. Oh, there's a 2017. I saw the year and I thought that'd be nice. We have a Lest We Forget Napier Waller's Mosaic coin, which is the Anzac Day coin. Lest We Forget is the Anzac Day coin. Remembrance is the Remembrance Day coin. So these coins, Lest We Forget, came out in around April, May, and the Remembrance coins came out in November. And you'll see the difference between, say, the gold poppy, which has a remembrance on it, and the Lest We Forget, which is the Anzac Cove. The rosemary is a remembrance coin. So different coins with the different themes come out at different times of the year. But hopefully, I don't want to be greedy, but there could be more last roll luck. Last roll luck might be extra luck. We are nearly through the hunt now. That's 27, and the last three coins are quite old and not commemorative. So there you go. So what did we pick up today? Well, we picked up that last Napier Waller Mosaic Lest We Forget coin from 2017. It's not that particularly highly minted, but I do like it. I do enjoy it. I have got it in the book, so it's not going into the book this time. Got the Mr. Squiggle with Mr. Squiggle on it from the Mr. Squiggle and Friends series in 2019 from the corporate program partner Woolworths. Very nice coin in pretty good nick. Picked up a changeover coin, the 50th anniversary of decimal currency from 2016. A very nice coin as well. Another corporate program coin, the 2024 Australian Olympic team community coin. This one's probably going to go back to the bank. It's pretty dirty there on the reverse, and I do have quite a number that are in much better condition than that, so that'll probably go back to the bank. And then the plum of the hunt for the commemoratives for me is going to be this Vegemite Centenary. Happy little Vegemites. The Red Ring Centenary of Vegemite from 2023 to 2023. This one also came through the Woolworths. I think it was Woolworths. Yes, and that is my plum of the hunt because the color is so very nice. So very nice. And then in the low minted coins, we've got the 2019 Jodie Clark effigy there, the Aboriginal Elder, and a 2019 with a cud there, an error coin. So we're going to be seeing error coins in the newer years of the release. Very happy with that. That'll definitely be going into a flip, into a 2x2 flip, and into my collection, my error collection. Fantastic. Let me know if you've ever found any of the newer coins with any errors on them, anything from 2018 to 2025. I'd love to know if there are different kinds of hard errors out there. But if you enjoy what I do, please think about subscribing to the channel. It helps the channel a lot, and it allows you to see my videos on your For You page. But I will be back for more noodling in a couple of days, so I'll see you then. Bye.